and happy Gemini season. I'm Alex. I'm an artist and a somatic astrologist. Today I am looking to embody the dynamic, stimulating, exciting energy of Gemini. Gemini is known for communication, having an inquisitive and curious mind, and I am just looking to really embody that this season. I have blended my love of astrology, bodywork, art, and tarot into this curated Gemini season embodiment ritual. I start most of my rituals with an embodiment practice. And with Gemini ruling the lungs, I think breathing exercises is a great way to start this ritual off. I like the alternate nostril breathing exercise because it reminds me of that duality of Gemini. Another exercise that would be really helpful for Gemini season to really feel into that energy is any sort of hand massage. I have this tool here that I use to just massage points, like reflexology points in the hand, and then pressing down along this line here is good for the lung meridian and reflexology. Pretty much anything you can do to promote the lungs and to relax the hands, even like some hand stretches would be good. Also, if you'd like to get like a little workout and a little sweat going before you relax into this tarot and art ritual, I think something that involves hand-eye coordination would be really helpful. So maybe a little game of pickleball or tennis or something where you have to balance. Skating is really helpful. Or even something that is like fast-paced and fast-moving, maybe even cycling, anything to like really get you going, something a little buzzy, something stimulating. Even dance is great because the mind is connecting with the music and the rhythm, and you're kind of getting that mind-body connection going, which Gemini can really benefit from, being a very heady sign. I have a Gemini season playlist that you can put on while you get into this energy, this vibe. And if you'd like a little bit more on the Gemini body and Gemini movement and yoga and how to connect to the Gemini body, check out my Astro Care Guide on ninthhouse.com. For the Gemini season Astro Care Guide, I also have a set of tarot and journal prompts, and that's what we are going to use today for the journal portion of this video. So I'll get into it and let you just vibe with me and listen to the birds while I get my journal page ready and pull some cards. I really like how this journal page turned out. I think it's pretty freaking cute. I always try to stick with the color scheme that I've chosen for each sign for the artwork that I've made for my Astro care guides. So I really like this pink and like turquoisey color scheme. And I feel like it's pretty obvious why I chose these prompts for Gemini season. Gemini is known as the twins. They represent a duality in our spirits. I chose what are the two sides of my dual nature. And then I pulled the Six of Pentacles as one side of my nature, and the Nine of Swords as the second part of my nature. And okay, the cards are definitely calling me out here, but also being kind as well. So Six of Pentacles represents a person who is generous and kind, compassionate, positive, nurturing, supportive, and giving. And I feel like that is me. I try my best to be a supportive friend and mother and wife, and I do feel like I have a positive outlook a lot of the time. I like to nurture people and myself, and I like to, hence these videos, I like to show people how to nurture themselves or inspire them to nurture themselves. And then the other part, the Nine of Swords, is definitely that other side of me. The Nine of Swords represents someone who is a worrier, who is fretful, who is kind of drama-filled, stressed, negative, self-critical, and harsh. And yeah, I feel like all of those are pretty on point. Okay. Yeah. I freaking stress out, and I am fretful. I feel like that's my other face. I'm freaking out over here. Drama. Yeah. Yep. I think that's why I did this reading, is to kind of I feel like the fighting against that nature instead of nurturing that nature is what creates the drama. Instead of nurturing the worry and fretful and stressed and negative and critical part of myself, I'm like criticizing myself for being critical. I like, you can't be doing this. You need to just stop this. Blah, 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 instead of just nurturing myself, taking care of myself, maybe that would help. And for my nurturing cards, I pulled the Three of Pentacles. So I can nurture my generous, kind, and compassionate side of myself with teamwork, collaboration, sharing, hard work, and organizing. And that makes sense. I feel like, of course, teamwork and collaboration are going to encourage me to be kind and generous and compassionate and supportive. The one that's really getting me is organizing, because, yeah, when I keep my space organized, it's a lot easier to be kind and compassionate to others. I definitely get into a stink mode when I am feeling unorganized and when the house is feeling like a mess. I'm not being kind to myself. Keeping my space clean, keeping my body clean, giving it a good nutritious meal, and getting some time outside and working out or doing some sort of movement or something to take care of my body, and I feel organized and I feel clean. And when I keep that organized, I keep my routine, it's so much easier to be kinder and nicer and compassionate to people, because I've been kind and compassionate to myself. And the card I pulled to nurture the Nine of Swords, the worrier, the fretful, stressed, negative, critical part of myself, I can nurture that with my inner calling, with spirituality, by following my intuition and trusting my intellect with the Judgment card. Did I say the Judgment card? By having a purpose, community, and transformation, and making decisions. Judgment card is a decision card. That makes a lot of sense, you know. They are making judgments and they are making decisions. Judgment card. And that feels very pointed to my double Libra, big 3, Libra Sun, Libra Moon, and Libra Mars. I feel like it's very like make decisions, and you will be less fretful and stressed and self-critical and harsh if you could just trust your intellect, trust your intuition, make a decision, and move on. That's cannot compute. What? Of course. Duh. Sometimes tarot will just be slapping you in the face like that. Like, it's quite obvious, ma'am. Yeah, so I really like those two. And I liked this practice of the each card, how to support each card like that. I thought it was really fun type of pull. I use this quote, this affirmation: I take care of the future by focusing on the present moment. That is an affirmation that I have used on my Astro affirmation cards. If you sign up for my email newsletter, you can get a free downloadable printable PDF of my Astro affirmation cards. I'll put the link below, but that's the affirmation that I used for this page today. I feel like it works really well with Gemini because Gemini can get really stuck in their mind, can get like caught in the whirlwind of their own thoughts and deciphering things and figuring out puzzles and listening to all these other opinions and information and just learning so much that they can kind of get stuck in their head and stuck on thinking about the future and stuck on thinking about, like, you know, what they have to do, all the things that they need to do, and can get out of their body, And I think the focusing on the present moment helps to quiet the mind and take care and nurture yourself so that all the things coming towards you, all the things that you're taking in, can make a little bit more sense and not feel so confusing because you have grounded yourself. So go and check the link below to get your free Astro affirmation cards. Okay, the two. As you can see, the Gemini season art prompt was to create an abstract image that represents thoughts and thinking, or the process of thinking using repetitive shapes and patterns. This is what I made. I really like it. I think it's super cute. I had a good time making it. I have always done this sort of abstract pattern where I'm like, everything's like, kind of jagged and square. But I haven't done it collage style before. And I think it turned out really good. I like that on this side, it's like the image was of a girl like dropping her hat and kind of looking stressed. And then this one was an image of a girl like just chilling, hanging out, relaxing. And I like the duality of the two, kind of representing the duality of the two personalities or the two types of my nature on this side. And I like that this one is like less. This one is like, I'm imagining the color is like the thoughts. So like all of the doodles and the color, this dark green color is the thoughts inside this like stressed lady, like fretful and worrying lady. And it's like mostly thoughts, like that's when the thoughts are taking over. And then this one is the kind and compassionate and generous side of me, and it's a little bit more balanced between the outer world and the inner world. I hope you had fun with me and were inspired to go and do your own Gemini ritual. If you do, please share it in the comments. I'd love to hear how you interpret these prompts and how they helped you connect with Gemini energy this season. Again, if you want more information on the Gemini body or how to embody the Gemini energy, go to my Astro Care guide, link below. And if you want a list of all of the art prompts for each season, I have created a free download that you can get by clicking the link below and get your free art prompt delivered straight to your inbox. You can also follow me on TikTok, on Substack, here on YouTube, and again, subscribe to my email newsletter. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you come back next month for the Cancer season prompt, where I think I'm going to attempt some watercolor. Anyways, see you soon. Happy Gemini season.